This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes.
How you all feeling? Pretty
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. Bad news over the weekend, but yeah.
Just going to say that. That's where we're going to start. I was hoping with something more positive, Al, that happened to you over the weekend, and then slip into the
Watched a lot of sports.
The Broncos won. There's some good news. There you go.
There we go.
One person's happy. All right, let's get to it because, as Al mentioned, we're starting today with some shocking news from over the weekend. I'm sure everybody has heard at this point the death of Matthew Perry. He was found in his L.A. home in his hot tub after an apparent drowning. He was only 54 years old. Matthew was raised in Ontario, Canada, and appeared on several TV shows in the 90s and early 2000s, including Beverly Hills 90210, one of my favorites, and Scrubs. But, of course, he was best known for playing Chandler Bing on Friends. Let's take a look.
Someone at work ate my sandwich.
Well, what did the police say? Come on, am I 19 or what?
Yes. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the dumbest a person can look, you are definitely 19.
Why is your family Scottish?
Why is your family Ross?
Monica, will you marry me?
Yes.
Friends was a huge success, of course, running for 10 seasons with an average viewership of 25 million for each episode. That doesn't happen anymore. Check out some of the behind-the-scenes footage from E.T. from his first season on Friends.
Wouldn't you say of the people in the cast so far, your favorite is me?
Yeah.
See? What are you doing to eat?
I'm doing ET right now.
You're a little alien guy? Jennifer Aniston, who plays Rachel, was saying something. What? I don't remember what it was. So, tell us about the show Friends, Courtney.
The show.
Cox. Sorry, I'm just gonna get through this. Right through this way. Excuse me. This way? Yeah, right that way.
That's so cool seeing that footage because they had no idea what a success they were going to be. Matthew's success didn't end there. He was also in several movies like the romantic comedy Fools Rush In, The Whole Nine Yards, and 17 Again. Behind the scenes, Matthew struggled with a very serious addiction issue, spending more than half his life in treatment. It's something he spoke about in his memoir and during an interview with Diane Sawyer last year. Let's take a look.
Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone. Because alone, you lose to the disease. And now I finally feel okay and feel like I've got some strength. I've developed some safety nets around this. You know, for some reason, it's obviously because I was on Friends, more people will listen to me. So I've got to take advantage of that. I've got to help as many people as I can.
And his struggles, you could see it.
Right.
In the Friends reunion, you could see it in that interview. He was in and out of rehab 65 times. So he struggled with it his whole life, Al.
But the good thing, sorry to interrupt you,
Please,
is that
no, we're on a talk show.
Yeah,
Please.
the last 2 years he was doing well. Like he did struggle, and we saw what happened, and his colon was taken out, and his teeth had to be fixed, and all this stuff. But I'm just so proud that he spent the last 2 years not only helping himself, getting sober, feeling really strong enough to tell, and as Erica says, a testimony teacher. He created the Perry house, of a rehab of his own house. So I'm just saying, we can say how bad it was, but it's so sad because the last few years he was on an uphill, you know?
I'm going to say something to put that in perspective, and I hope it isn't a wet blanket on an already kind of sad day. But I was talking to a good friend of mine who passed away from addiction probably 12 years ago. And I don't think he and Matt had the same demon, but I asked him what it was like being sober, and he said it's, even though you're not taking the drug, your bones are calling for it. And I think when you say he's doing well to you, because you want him to be doing well and you want to see that light in their face, and they may be doing better when they are off of the drug. But internally, Erica, while you're carrying on a conversation with Jeff and driving to this restaurant, every second of their life, their body is like, get me this thing. I promise I will quiet down if you get me this thing. So just remember, when you have friends that have addiction issues, even on the outside, when they are clean, literally they are clean, on the inside, it is a
struggle.
It's like that scene in Indiana Jones. Remember where they were fighting for to drive the truck and they're knocking each other. I really feel like it's a constant battle like that internally.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think we all either know someone or have lost someone close to addiction. I know I lost a family member to addiction, and it's the weirdest thing because even though someone can be clean for X amount of time and sober, you are kind of always holding your breath a little bit because you just don't know what could happen or if that could take a turn, if their bones are calling for it.
Robin Williams,
happen?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Right. Is it going to happen on Tuesday? Is it going to happen on Wednesday? Like it. And it's hard because you don't want to be angry with someone for something that they clearly can't control, but there's this dynamic that it's like it affects everyone, you know? So I think about that when we're talking about this story. His family, you talked about how you felt like he was in a place, like a peaceful place, and I hope that he was.
Yeah.
I hope that they all are because that's just it's an everyday battle even after they're gone.
Yeah, the outpouring on my social media this weekend, just from friends of mine that met him and just people in general speaking out for Matthew Perry, it was a lot. It was cool to see, actually. And speaking to that, tributes to Matthew have been pouring in. His family gave this statement to people saying, quote, "We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of our beloved son and brother. Matthew brought so much joy to the world, both as an actor and as a friend." The Friends creator said he was a brilliant talent from the day we first heard him embody the role of Chandler Bing. There was no one else for us. Maggie Wheeler, who played Janice on Friends, posted this saying, quote, "What a loss. The world will miss you, Matthew Perry. The joy you brought to so many in your too short lifetime will now live on." Gwyneth Paltrow posted about meeting Matthew in 1993 at a theater festival, saying, "We drove out to swim in creeks, had beers in the local college bar, kissing in a field of long grass. It was a magical summer." Matthew recently talked about how he wanted to be remembered. Let's watch.
I would like to be remembered as somebody who lived well, loved well, was a seeker, and his paramount thing is that he wants to help people. That's what I want.
And speaking of helping people, check out this video that Hank Azaria posted. Take a look.
The night I went into AA, Matthew brought me in. The whole first year I was sober, we went to meetings together. And he was such a great, I got to tell him this, he was just, as a sober person, he was so caring and giving and wise, and he totally helped me get sober.
Well, that goes back to your first point, Tori.
Yeah. And at some point, some people who are going through so much pain where their bones are calling for it need purpose. And you always talk about purpose to pain. And he found it. And he found it in the end. And he was doing a ton of pickleball and bringing people who were addicts into pickleball, trying to get them in shape, trying to get them into rehab. And so, again, he was so generous with what he had found after the end of all of this tragedy that I hope he's in peace now.
Yeah, I'll say this, and this is kind of weirdly not to you guys and not to our studio audience, but when the pandemic first hit, I was running a men's sobriety group just over the phone, and I'm really proud of all the guys that stuck with it to a man. There was all men in there. They all got sober and they're all doing well.
Wow.
And I realized all the hard work they've done and the different journeys that they all took to get there.
Yeah.
And so I hope people realize that it is possible. I've seen it with my own eyes. And you know, if you have somebody in your life that's struggling, don't give up on them.
With you as well, buddy.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Proud of you.
Absolutely.
Proud of you, Al.
Coming up on DBL, we're going to switch gears here, okay? We're going to get back to the old normal stuff. Travis Kelce, huh? Everyone
There's
feel
the normal
comfortable
stuff.
Now? There we go. Travis and the Chiefs lost yesterday without Taylor Swift in the stands. And from Britney to Barbie, we're talking about the Halloween costumes that celebrities wore over the weekend.
Hi guys. I dropped some stuff, so I was picking it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a way for you to come out from underneath
right.
the table and
I wanted to explain.
Do you have to explain?
I had to explain. That's right. I threw in my cards. They dropped like always. I had to go pick them up. But I will say, over the weekend, I watched Silence of the Lambs, a brilliant Jonathan Demme movie. Brooks had never seen it. The Jodie Foster when she's in the dark.
Does it hold up?
It won the Oscar.
It won the Oscar '91, I believe. No. I don't know if it holds up in terms of. It isn't as scary as it is creepy.
It's
not as right. But it's more like a character study. Like Buffalo Bill is scary, Anthony Hopkins, but it's not a very like jump scare thing. But it's really creepy.
No, it's not a horror movie.
Right. And then I saw moths everywhere. I saw a moth in my house, and he has the moths, and that was scary.
You thought it held up or no?
Silence of the Lambs.
It holds up, but don't think of it as a horror movie. It's more of this really creepy movie.
Like a
suspense.
psychological.
Yeah, like a psychological.
Would you say
yeah.
it was like
Serial killer
7?
and an FBI agent.
Yes, more like 7, the David Fincher film, which is really good. But Anthony Hopkins said he stood while Clarice walks that famous way down. Remember, he's in Glass? And they asked him, why did you stand instead of sit in the dark? And he said, I wanted to smell her as she walked through.
And they never talked to each other during the filming of that.
Yeah,
Really?
and it's his eyes are there's this close. Demi would make
Wow.
it, the eyes would be this close. And then Anthony Hopkins never blinks the whole time. So when he says like Chianti, it's just that part was improv too. Did you know that? The Chianti. So anyway, it was a really good movie if you're interested in a psychological study.
I'd be interested in all the famous movies.
Welcome back to DBL. Many stars got into the Halloween spirit over the weekend. Paris Hilton went as her friend Britney Spears as the flight attendant from her Toxic video, huh?
Hot.
There you go, writing on Instagram in honor of our queen. Happy Halloween. Very appropriate with the hot comment. I got it just now. Jessica Alba also went as Toxic Britney in this bejeweled bodysuit, huh? And her friend went as Britney too. Nobody knows who that is. Cool. Barbie was a popular costume this year. Country singer Kelsey Ballerini went as Barbie from the new movie. A very pregnant Kourtney Kardashian went as her sister Kim from the 2013 Met Gala. Keke Palmer went all out and dressed up as the Bride of Frankenstein. Cindy Crawford and her husband Randy went as Danny and Sandy from Grease. And Megan Thee Stallion went as the flower from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Of course, everyone is waiting to see what Heidi Klum is going to be for Halloween this year. The Queen of Halloween posted a photo of herself lying nude on a couch. She said her motto this Halloween is go big or go home.
Jeff, you had a great insight into this. It was so great, it took me a second.
So I'm
what
guessing
did you think?
the quote, go big or go home. So it's got to be something big, right?
Right.
And that couch maybe was another clue. So my guess is something like Snuffleupagus, or now that I'm looking at that, it looks like the dragon from Neverending Story.
Falcor.
It looks like Falcor a little bit. So I'm gonna guess something like that. That's
a good
gonna
call.
be my guess.
What if she's a giant dust bunny?
But that's not a character.
Neither was her worm.
Well, okay. All right, maybe.
Wait, these are her others. This is famously the worm, which was super random and weird. Her Fiona from Shrek, of course. And we have her Michael Jackson.
Okay,
werewolf.
of the hosts, which one of us do you think would go all out? Like Heidi, not to Heidi Klum level, but a notch below.
Tori.
Yeah, I would.
Really?
I'd like to be as ugly and weird as possible.
What's your dream ugly weird costume?
Maybe like Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
Dang.
Wow,
really
you did him like that?
Last year you were.
You like to dress up as politicians.
You called him ugly and weird.
No, I mean
You're
like.
not feeling the burn?
No, I don't need to be exhibitionist. Like, I'm a nurse that's sexy. Ooh, I want to be something funny and like bizarre. I don't mean he's bizarre, but something unexpected.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I
What
got
about
you.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean I don't
you
think
dug a hole.
Yes.
You
Like
dug a hole
Mr.
there.
Clean would be funny.
Okay, I like that. I do like the people that just don't like automatically lean on sexy, because I feel like that's just what you want to be anyway. So I like when people step out of the box.
Well, some of us sexy just happens.
Not if you're encased in a worm.
That's true.
That's
true. Well, speaking of dressing up, this is a new weird trend, huh? Some women are using Meg Ryan as their fall fashion inspiration. Videos like these are popping up all over TikTok with the hashtag Meg Ryan Fall, creating her looks from movies like You've Got Mail and When Harry Met Sally. This is weird to me because so many young kids use TikTok, and I don't know if they would even know these fashions. Her styles include knit sweaters, oversized wool blazers, baggy high-waisted pants, loafers, and a bowler hat.
This is very coastal grandma, just so you know.
This is basically, we're just going to have a basic fall is what.
Totally, exactly right. Remember when like Diane Keaton had coastal grandma, or who's the one, Diane Lane, and everyone wore like linen and stuff like that? That's what this is, but it's basically just very basic fall outfits. It's just recycled.
It looks like it's in style this year.
But a lot of these kids weren't even born when these movies came out. That's why I feel it's weird that it's trending.
Yeah, because the 90s is hot again. Do you know what I mean? Like, things have come back.
But I would feel like that would be nice. You could wear that to the office. I'm like, if you're going to take it, why don't you go back to like early '82 breaking? Like, you know, with the big sunglasses, leather, the spiked belts. Why don't you like dress up for Halloween? Go after it. This is like something my mom would.
This is
Halloween
for every day.
now? This is everyday look.
Everyday look.
Oh, I thought this was Halloween. I was like, why would you dress up like
Meg Ryan from You've Got Mail?
I was like, why are we doing Meg Ryan for Halloween?
Dude, first anyways, just a reminder.
I swear I thought that was Halloween. I was like, that's very mellow,
who is that for Halloween?
That's what my thing was.
Going as Tori? All right. You don't want to miss our special Halloween episode. It's going to happen tomorrow. All 5 of our hosts are going to be dressed up, and this year is going to be even bigger and better than last Halloween. That's no easy feat. Last year, we went as the top newsmakers of the year. Sam, of course, was a very convincing Pete Davidson. Al, Will Smith. I like that, huh? Erica was Nichelle. Yeah, from Star Trek. And I was Ellen. Cute.
Yes.
Tori was.
Don't ask.
Were you Bernie? Oh, no, that was Dr. Fauci. All right, that's tomorrow on DBL. Oh, we got more coming up on DBL. Speaking of Halloween costumes, we're going to read a lot more. It's going to be hard to beat this Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce duo. That's coming up. Stick around,
funny.
I'm going to read.
That's actually funny.
Welcome back. As we mentioned earlier, Travis Kelce didn't have his good luck charm at his game yesterday. The Chiefs lost against the Broncos pretty badly. But Taylor Swift was not in the stands this time. In fact, CBS put up another graphic showing how much better Travis has been doing with Taylor in the stands. And the Broncos added salt to the wound and playing Taylor said, "Shake it off" at the end of the game. Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one, though. And I like it. And Travis and Taylor's costume is expected to be a big hit for Halloween. All right, check out these toddlers who really committed to the roles. The photo shoot was posted on TikTok. The boy is even wearing Travis's mustache. Crazy. And the girl recreated Taylor's cheering from the stands.
That's cute.
Her arm's not straight up.
Yeah, she's got the wrong shirt on and she's not wearing lipstick.
They said they asked Travis what else they could do if you're going to do a costume. He's like, make sure to add that friendship bracelet because the whole thing started with the friendship.
No, gosh.
But you see how, like, I'm going to take it back to football, how I said this is going to start transforming into something else, like when someone dates a Kardashian. Now it's like you lose, and it's not, now they shame you on the Jumbotron, play Taylor stuff. It has nothing to do with football. It's like pop culture.
Jeff,
are we going to do this with every player that has some sort of past or something?
Jeff, I disagree. This has everything to do with football. Those guys are professionals too, and trust me, they don't need to be motivated to get ready to play on Sunday. And all you've been hearing about is this tight end and his girlfriend. You're like, well, I'm going to see you in about 72 hours, buddy. They want it too. And like, if you take all the accolades, you have to understand that there's going to be a lot of shade when you go to different cities.
Because now we got bad blood.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen more and more. They better win. Erica, you got thoughts?
I don't know. I don't like it.
I love it.
His brother, by the way.
Really?
I love it.
It's always been this way, though. That's why I said I was nervous in the beginning, because I'm like, it's too much attention. Like, remember Jessica Simpson was dating Tony Romo?
Right.
And then who was the other big, where it was like people were constantly just commenting on it. You know, it becomes something, we build people up to tear them down, especially in sports.
But in today's society, is that cool? Could I take something from your lifestyle and then make fun of it at the end of the game after you lose?
If I'm a huge public figure?
Really?
Yeah, because, again, I always come up with this. If you are that big, you get all the rewards that comes with consequences. And that's to be made fun of, to be part of pop culture. You're part of the conversation. You got to know that going in to be an NFL player.
Wow.
And he wants the attention. Travis is someone who's like, bring it on. So they're used, they're not, this doesn't bother them, I think.
I think it's funny. I'm just wondering, like, I'm always curious about the rules of society.
I mean, if you were going to play, Jeff, you played college football. If you were going to play against a guy that was like all high, you wouldn't motivate yourself with a little. Listen.
I don't know if because you're dating Taylor Swift means I'm more motivated.
I would just be like, oh, he thinks he's better than me.
The Super Bowl rings are more of a motivation than who you're dating.
You look for any edge you can get.
I guess so. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Winter is just around the corner. Unless you live in Denver, it's here. We've got some bathroom features that can add to keep you warm. So we're talking about in today's tip, sponsored by Jacuzzi. First, add cozy rugs by your shower, tub, and sink to keep your feet warm. Very important. Next, add towel hooks or leaning ladder next to the shower, which is very modern, for your towels and robes so you can stay warm getting out of the shower, of course. And you could take it a step further, like Al's going to do, and add a plug-in towel warmer in your bathroom. If you want to start your remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. Call 800-990-6834 or visit jacuzzibathremodel.com.
It sounds silly, but it's the little things.
How about
it's the
this?
little things to take care of yourself. I
right,
like that.
at night when I go to the bathroom, it's freezing on my tush.
Okay, well, thank you.
You get a seat warmer.
A
like
seat
Al.
warmer.
You got to get a bidet type deal.
It's like, huh? You know?
Huh.
Okay.